morning, everybody. It's a little difficult to speak after people who have spoken before you. They've almost stolen all my thunder. There is really nothing that I can speak to you about today. And yet I know that I have to say something, so I've put up a presentation of some sort. But let me start by saying that first of all, I've got to grab your attention. First of all, I've got to make sure that what I say is something that you will listen a little bit about. So I have a challenge. The challenge is almost like, when there is a major and he's got his soldiers in front of him, and before him, all the generals have spoken. And now he's got to get the attention of all the soldiers unto him. So after the generals have gone, he looks at his soldiers and says, "Soldiers, the generals have made some general points. The major will now make some." Thank you very much. First of all, I want to acknowledge one person here who I think has done an outstanding job in getting all of us connected, and that is Dr. Raju Bhatia. The amazing gentleman. I would like all of us to put our hands together. Just getting people from across the globe into a room on a Sunday morning, our famous cricket match notwithstanding, is an achievement by itself. Okay, so let me start by saying that to connect the heart, and you got to create somebody's future. So that's the line I want to take. I'm going to start by sharing with you a story. So there are some 5 characters here. First, there is God. And in India, God is represented in most Hindu mythology by an idol. So let's say there is an idol of God. You have a sweeper, you have a rich man, a poor man, and a sailor. You don't have to remember much, just these 5 cast of characters. First, there is God. There is this temple, and the sweeper happens to come by and says to God, "Hey God, you've been standing here for a very long time. My job gets done in about 20 minutes. I just sweep the floors and I walk away. You happen to be standing all by yourself. How about trading places with me? Maybe you get to see a little bit about the world, and maybe you get a little bit of R&R." So God says, "Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So why don't we trade places? But on one condition. Condition is that you will say nothing. All you have to do is stand in one place and just listen to a lot of people coming in, offering their prayers and walking past. You have to do nothing." Sweeper said, "Oh, that's an easy deal." So they trade places, and the first person who comes up to pray is a poor man. So the poor man says, "God, here's my coin, this is for you. All I need is a lot of money. That's all that I ask of you." And as he is speaking, there is a rich man who comes up, and the rich man, he looks at God and he says, "Hey God, I don't think you've given me enough. I think my neighbor has more, the guy standing in front of me has more. I think I need some more money." And as soon as he says that, he takes a deep bow, he bends, and out of his pocket falls his wallet containing a lot of money. And he does not recognize that he has lost his wallet. He just turns around, walks away. At which point in time, the poor man opens his eyes. He sees a lot of money in front of him. He thanks God. He says, "God, you've answered my prayers." Takes the money, puts it in his pocket, and he's going to walk by. When the rich man realizes that he's lost his wallet. And who does he find? He sees a sailor. Now the sailor is always an unkempt guy who walks in, and he looks the character who may have pinched his purse. So he chances upon him and says, "Hey, give me back my wallet." everybody pounces on him. And the sweeper, by the way, he is watching this whole stuff. And he cannot contain himself. So he says, hey, hold on. The first thing I want to tell you is, I've watched all this stuff, and here is how the whole thing proceeds. And then he says, the man who is the culprit is the poor man. They catch hold of the poor man. He find the money on him. And then, of course, they take him to the police, etc., etc.